We're going to create a well plan from scratch in this particular case here. What we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the data tree and we go to the slot where we want to have our well plan. We right click and we go add new well path, and it comes up and we're going to a little data screen here. We tell it we want that to be a proposal, and the job that it's currently on is the same as the current job, so we say OK and come back, and now we have a slot for a proposal which has been created. When you use the wizard, this is done for you automatically, but if you want to start one, this is how you do it. The next step is that we need to go ahead and add a target for our proposal. So I'm going to come to the target list and we're going to call this the proposed bottom hole location. It's going to be a cylinder. It's going to be 8,500 feet deep. It's going to be in a direction of 46.7 degrees at 3,000 feet away, and that's the only characteristics of the target that I'm currently going to set up. The other characteristics are by default set up. It has a diameter of 100 feet. If I wanted to change that, I could do that. It's going to be green in color. It's going to have textures. Its orientation is going to be flat. All of the things that I can come back and change later. So I've got my target created now. The next thing I want to do is decide what I'm going to do here. I'm going to go ahead, go to my well planner, and I am going to use a default slant well. I'm going to load that profile. Profile comes in, tells me that it wants to see a target, and so it chooses a target for me automatically down here. I set this as my first target. I load the profile again so that I can see the entire template. Now I have a template down here on this default slant, and it is a profile. It starts out at 0, 0. All profiles start at 0, 0. It has a kickoff point that is defined for me already, and a dog leg which is defined for me already, and I don't like either one of those. I want to have a dog leg of 3, and I want to have a kickoff point of 4,000 feet. I can now look at the well that has been planned for me here. I can see by going Control S here, I can make my space bigger, and I can change my step here so that I can move down the well much faster to 30 feet per click, and then it comes down all the way to the end, and I can turn around, see my target, see my well, see everything. Now I'm going to apply this to the proposal. It says yes, and I'm going to get back to my workspace, and I can see that I have a complete slant well planned. I can click on this in the 2D space, right click, move this around a little bit, move these labels out a little bit so they won't be so crowded. Move this down a wee bit, and I'm ready for doing a plot, or ready for printing out the surveys of this proposed slant well that I have here. Now I have a call to the customer, and the customer comes back and tells me that they want to change something on this plot. Okay, go figure. So I come to my proposal, select my proposal, and the program comes in, and it still has the template of all the different changes, the characteristics that I have in here. And the change that the customer wants is to have it kick off 3,800 feet instead of 4,000 feet. So I change that. And you can see in the 3D space and in the 2D space that I have the profile in blue in this case, which is my proposed path that I currently have. And I have the new design here with the different colors depicting the different sections of the well plan, and I can see the differences there, and if I'm happy with that, I can say apply to proposal, and it would go ahead and overwrite my current proposal. And I can now get back to the workspace by hitting the well planner head, and should I desire to send him a survey report, I could just simply right click and go show survey report, and it'll bring me up a report that I can send to him. And of course I can go produce another plot for the guy, and so on. But all of the information is easy to change, and that's the big advantage to working with the well planner in Hawkeye as opposed to stringing things together. Had I built this up with projections, I would have had to simply replan it to make a straight line projection down to 3,800 feet and then make a slant well projection down to the target.